When we try to consider engaging learners, one of the first things to think about is the format of your lessons. Traditionally, a lot of lessons have been done in whole groups. So you gather the children all together on the rug, or you gather the children at their desks, and you're teaching everybody at once. I want to convince you why that's not the best way to teach. First of all, in any classroom, you're going to have a very wide range of children's abilities. So if you think of any particular lesson you're going to do, probably a third of the class already knows how to do it and can do it pretty well. And a third of the class is not ready for it. So basically they get nothing out of the lesson. And maybe you've got a third in the middle that you're actually teaching. The kids who already know that this lesson, they act out. They try to stimulate themselves and they start playing with things or poking other people or chatting or getting their book out to read. And the kids who are not ready for this lesson are frustrated and they begin to shut down and they hate learning. So what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is to consider small group learning and one-on-one individual learning. In small group learning, you're going to group the children either by ability, like sometimes that's appropriate. For example, guided reading has traditionally been done in ability groups, and that way you can target the skills that those particular children need. Or your groups don't have to be ability groups. You can just group 4 or 5 kids together because it's immensely easier to teach 4 or 5 children than it is to teach 25 at once. You can have better interactions, you can control their behavior better, you can keep them engaged a little bit more, redirect them, and you can understand them better. You can see where they might be struggling or where they're excelling and might need more advanced work. So what does this look like in practice? Well, some teachers have stations around the room that children rotate through, or children are working at different activities, but they might stay at their desks or different parts of the room. Let's take a look at some examples from classrooms. In this first example, we see how these second grade teachers are individualizing their instruction for math and using different activities for different groups of children. So that allows the teacher to move from one group to another, to pull groups in when they need more support, or to work one-on-one with children.
Yeah, you finished your packet. Remember, you sat over by the meadow violets, right by Tristan. Yeah. I'm listening, babe.
I need help.
We're going to talk to them. Do you feel comfortable sitting at their table or do you want to go somewhere else?
77. Exactly. She said
I will talk to them about it.
What is that worth? How much is each nickel worth?
About 77.
Each nickel is, look up here,
About 77.
is 5. So if all of these are 5, we can, so here, hold on 1 second because I'm working pages off. Make sure you can read this.
The directions should be at the top and it'll tell you what colors to use.
You gotta use orange and purple.
Red Oaks, can you hear it okay?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
You can use the points to help you remember. Yeah, did you just write that up there? That's how we're showing it? Perfect. That was a really good, that was a very good idea. Okay. Sorry.
Honeybee.
Honeybees and meadow violets.
Well, what's
No. Taisha, we are using what?
10 and 1.
What does that mean? What does that mean, tens and ones?
In this video, you see third grade using math centers. These are done a little bit differently because they're not ability grouped. Children work at different centers and then go from one to another. But you can see how there are different activities, and some activities are done with the teacher's support and others are done independently.
There are going to be three separate stations set up with the blocks.
Great. I love Jaden's eyes and Mr. Capetta. He's watching.
One station you will be given a choice of 3 separate designs.
I want a cat.
3 separate designs. You can pick whatever one you would like, and you're going to use the tangram blocks, the shape blocks, and try to recreate it. If you are able to figure out your shape, the next challenge will be to take all those shape blocks and to recreate it and draw it then. One center will meet up here with Mr. Rand, where you guys will be playing a fun little game. Okay?
Trifecta, which we're gonna be working on it.
Ano-
So you'll be with me though, okay? So I'm gonna explain it, we'll walk through it.
Another center will be at the computer station, where you're gonna go on the math centers and play the tangrams there. And another small group is gonna come sit with me back there, because we gotta take our notes for geometry. And I already have them written out on a chart paper, and you're gonna do an activity. You're going to then do a worksheet back there with me, okay? We're gonna tell you where you're going today, so just listen up. We're doing the
And I could put 4 over here. So if I was to do this, I would say 5 minus 4 equals, what is 5 minus 4?
all right. You made a lot.
1. So I have a wild card. So this one can be a 1.
From Google Classroom.
Woohoo! I win, right? And I get my points. Okay? Now, we could also do it, right, with some other numbers. Let's pull out, what do we got?
All right, so you know what to do. Go to math center.
So, here we go. You're gonna put it, you're gonna put them up just like this. So that way you can look, okay? You're gonna try and think
Oh, he did.
of the fact that you can make, that you can put in a triangle. Don't tell us yet. Keep them quiet. Don't tell us yet, because we're gonna take some turns. You're right. Very much like Scrabble, except it's a little bit massive, which is kind of cool. Two more. I didn't see it. There you go, Matt Scrabble.
Go to Google Classroom. We know how to do this. It's not in place.
So we should have 6. Rashid and Eli.
There, what do you guys know about players?
Me and Nicholas playing Call of Duty.
4 sides. What else?
Because you can't. No. I played it before.
In this video, you see a structure of Reader's Workshop in first grade. In the Daily 5, there are 5 activities. Read to someone, read to self, listen to reading, word work, and work on writing. So you might be thinking, well, if I let the children make choices, what if they choose the same thing all the time? What if they don't make good choices? That's an issue, and it's easy enough to address that by teaching children how to make good choices. In general, we give them choices, but they're constrained choices. So for example, in the Daily 5, children have choices, but they're taught that every day one of the choices they have to make is read to self. And then after they've done read to self, then they can make a choice of one of the other activities.
Let's have a round, okay? Miss Sereno's going to be reading with Kaylee's group at table 1. I'm not sure. Ian, we didn't read together yesterday, right? I'll read with your group.
And you said
Yeah. We'll meet on the rug, okay? And then the rest of us, who knows our rule? What are we doing? Eric? We're going to the places we haven't gone to before we make a choice we've already been to, right? Okay? So remember that rule. You guys are doing a really good job with it. So I'm going to call on Orange. Orange, so make a choice. If you're reading with me, don't forget to put it on Meet with Teacher. And blue. You know what? Before we start, put a finger on your head. And put a finger on put 2 hands on your shoulders. I forgot to remind you about your voice chart. What are we working on? Whisper. Okay? All right, get to work on a whisper. We can get another fish. All right. So, what is on the back of the book? It tells you. Look at the back of the book. Okay? On the command, all the way on the back. It's a little detail about the book. Far more
I have 2 T words. I don't care. It's liquid. So that's true. If only one person, I want to
Never figured that one. Go ahead, start from the beginning.
We know how to play.
There's other animals that die. Smaller.
No. Yeah. She said anybody. You can't say anybody. You have to ask somebody. That's the point of this bit. You can't just say anybody has it. That's the point. Do I have yours? The last one. Yeah.
We're gonna go to 17.
Or was the last time, but since we already discussed it with the other class.
What about what?
The other thing that I did not do last time.
I keep getting words.
I didn't have to ask the body, no, I didn't ask the body. Don't squat on your chair.
Is there anybody else?
I hope you're playing.
So again, you want to give the children choice, but you want to teach them how to make a good choice and put constraints to help them make those good choices.